Hey, what is going on, guys? This is just going to be a pretty quick video showing you my completed Master Grade Gundam Mk-V here, the premium Bandai kit that I absolutely loved. If you guys haven't seen my original review for this, go back and check that out. But this was unfortunately a premium Bandai item because it's such a great kit. It's a brand new, completely brand new kit. It's not anything recycled, obviously. It's huge. It's just really great. It's super solid and actually almost to the point of being almost too solid in some ways, and I'll get back to that here in just a second. But it's a fantastic kit. I would highly recommend you guys check it out if you can get your hands on it, for a reasonable price. It's a pretty large kit, and being premium Bandai, going to be pretty expensive for a lot of people. I understand that, but I highly recommend it. Anyway, what I've decided to do here with mine is paint it black and make it a CONVERGE themed custom here. So if you guys are unfamiliar with CONVERGE, they're a legendary band. If you guys have never heard of them, I would definitely recommend checking them out. They're one of my favorite bands of all time, and this one is kind of specifically themed after their album Jane Doe, which is equally just, legendary band. If you've ever heard of anything of CONVERGE, you've probably heard of Jane Doe. At least I would hope so. It's definitely my favorite album from them, so that is where the inspiration came for this one. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. I had some custom decals printed with the Jane Doe face logo, and then some other different I had the Jane Doe division text printed, and a couple other things. The run-on, which is on the beam rifle there, is just a reference to the lyrics of the titular song from the album. Towards the end of the song, one of the lyrics is a run-on, so that was what I also had printed this. So I had these custom decals printed years ago and didn't really have any particular idea of how to use them at the time. I just thought that it would be cool, it would be a cool idea, something that I wanted to do. I just never really got around to ever making anything. And then I enjoyed building up the Mk-V so much, and I wanted to paint it up straight away. And I was thinking about what to do with the color scheme for it. And at first I was thinking about just kind of sticking to the standard color scheme and just maybe making it just in a lighter blue or something like that. But then I thought, I've had those CONVERGE decals forever, and I think the mobile suit would look pretty cool in just black. So I thought it'd be a good fit. So that is what I ended up doing here with this one. Now, of course, it's not in pure black. The feet, actually, if you guys remember from the original kit, it's basically all one color blue, and then the feet are in a little bit darker blue. So I did keep that same kind of type of color scheme here with this. So the feet are darker. Those are in pretty close to being straight up black. They're almost black, the feet, the armor on the feet. But the rest of the mobile suit is in it's probably 95% or 90%. It's pretty close. I think, if I remember correctly, I just used straight up midnight blue for this, which is just a super, super dark blue. You can't really even tell it's blue at all. It basically looks black. But the point is that it looks black without being completely pure black. So I basically pushed this pretty close to the limit, about as close as you can get before it ends up being just straight up black. And the reason for that is something that we've talked about on the live streams, going over the feedback of the contest results. So if you guys have watched the feedback from the previous clean versus weathered contest videos that we've been doing, we've been talking a lot about the different builds in there and giving our feedback on those, me and the other judges. And one thing that we've talked about is not using pure black, and the reason for that is once you go pure black, then you can't get any darker when you go into fill in the details and the panel lines and things like that. And just that it just looks unrealistic, because anytime you see anything if an aircraft or something, for example, that would be painted in black, when you actually look at it, it's not actually pure straight up black. So that's kind of the reason, is to make it look realistic. And if you go pure black, it just ends up looking not realistic. So as you guys can see here with this one, all the panel lining I did have to go in and do with pure black. So you can actually see the definition of the details and the panel lines and things like that, because those are actually panel lined in, which was incredibly kind of a chore. I don't really enjoy doing panel lining in general, but it was even more annoying to do on this, where I could barely see what I'm doing. Trying to clean up the panel lining on this, where it was trying to clean up black panel lining on 95% black armor. So it was a challenge, but it did end up working out, and I think it came out looking great. Now, this is not necessarily something that I built for a contest or for GBWC or anything. It's maybe not technically the best work that I've ever done, but it's just something that I did just for the style of it. I wanted to make a CONVERGE themed Gundam, and I think this mobile suit ended up looking very cool in this black color scheme. All the white parts I kept white, the yellow and red parts I kept in yellow and red, basically just swapped all of that blue for this very nice, almost black color. So I think it ends up looking awesome, but I want to know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. There is actually a black version of the Gundam Mk-V, which was featured in a game, I believe, and so I'm not exactly sure like how canon that design is. I believe it's like the EFSF version of it is like black, but then like the white accents are in like a kind of reddish, pinkish, orange kind of color. It's very weird looking, and I've seen someone actually paint this kit up in those colors, in that color scheme over there on Twitter, so that's already kind of been done, but mine's a little bit different here. So very contrasty, obviously, between the like pure white and almost pure black. But I think it's one of those cases where it's a design where that type of color scheme fits. It's not a type of color scheme that would be applicable to just any Gundam. I think it's just because of the design of this, because of the layout of where the white accents are around the kit, I think it works. So it's just something that, you know, you'd have to be careful with, consider the design of the Gundam before trying this type of color scheme on something. And I think in this case, I was fortunate enough that I think it ended up working out and looking very cool. But like I said, I'm really happy with it. I love how this came out. It's awesome. I would highly recommend you guys go check out CONVERGE if you never have, if you're into that kind of type of music. It may not be your thing, but you know, if it is, if you've never heard of them, do check them out. It's fantastic, a band, and check this kit out as well too, if you can. You know, if you can get your hands on it. It's an awesome kit. So as always, guys, a big shout out to USA Gundam Store for making it all possible. Obviously, we are not selling this kit on USA Gundam Store because it's a premium Bandai kit, unfortunately, but lots of other cool stuff for you guys to check out there on the website. So go there, check that out. The link to the site and the coupon code will be down there in the video description for you guys as always. And just thank you all so much for your support, liking the video, commenting, subscribing. It's all greatly appreciated. I didn't do any sort of work in progress video or anything on this because it's just a pretty simple paint job. There wasn't really too much to show, but I hope you guys like the kit and how this turned out, and I'll be working on some more stuff in the very near future. I got a lot of other side projects and things that I'm working on, so you guys should see some more work in progress style videos here in the very near future. So till then, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.